Coming up on iPads in the classroom.
We're talking about more geometry apps and some science.
Hi,
And I'm Guy Trainin.
And this is iPads in the classroom
From Tech Edge. And today we're going to start with two apps we really like working on geometry with the young children, and then two very cool science apps that allow kids really to take the iPad and turn it into a museum of sorts.
Our first apps are the geometry apps, and we'll go ahead and start with GeoBoard. GeoBoard is an application students can use to create shapes by using different colored bands. If they stretch out the band to different points, they can make different polygons. We have a triangle, we have another kind of triangle, we can even make a square diamond shape, and an interesting component of this app is there are multiple boards.
That's it.
There we go. And the second board has more pegs, so we have different colored. I'll go ahead and make another triangle. And why not make a square as well, or rectangle?
And you can actually fill out the shapes by just pressing on the color button at the bottom so you can see actually the area.
Our second geometry app is Geometry by Mathematics, and it is an iPhone app, so it is a little bit distorted. We'll go ahead and click on play. This is for very young children, probably in the kindergarten, first grade, maybe second grade range. So there's just different apps. We'll go ahead and start with Say Cheese. Using this game, students can practice forming the
Say cheese. Take
shapes
Baby Mouse through the cheesy way
with
to
their
form the right
fingers.
shape.
So we made a circle.
Fantastic.
We can make our triangle. And if you mess up, then
Aw, that's
Baby Mouse
incomplete.
cries and you'll have to try again until you've succeeded. Another game students can use to practice their shapes is called Sharky Shape Eater. So we'll open up with Sharky.
Sharky Shape Eater.
And by
Tilt the
moving the
device left or
iPad,
right to help Sharky find a matching
that
shape.
was
Cool.
we can move Sharky to eat the shape that matches the shape shown in the corner.
Wow, that was cool.
And he will not eat shapes that look like other shapes that are not in the corner, so students will just have to keep trying. Or if it takes too long for them to find the shape, then the shape will change until they find the next one, and so on.
Now, what I want you to see are some apps that focus on really cool science experiments that you can do with kids in the classroom. And the first one is called Color Uncovered, and it's from Exploratorium. And when you go into this app, you can see that there's complicated contents, and each page in this content is a different experiment, in this case about color, and it has an experiment page and then the explanation about it. So for example, this page is about seeing the blue square. And if you look at it, you can see the blue square, but it allows you to play around and see that there's really not a blue square there, just an illusion because of where things are placed on the circles. So now there's no blue square. And if you want to know what's going on, you just click and you get an explanation that really tells you more about the phenomena. Let's try to look at another one. How is Monet like a honeybee? And then you can see exactly what's going on and look at the explanation there. I would like to, let's do another example of something that is more interactive. For example, when is yellow yellower than yellow? And what you do here is you cover half of it with a piece of paper, and you're supposed to stir it, the X So you cover half of it. You can see the experiment. You actually have to do it. You stare at the X for 30 seconds, then you remove it, and one side looks more yellow than the other. And if you want to know why that actually happened to you, you click and it gives you the explanation. You can play with it. You can see, you can change the colors and see what happens with different colors and all of that. So this is called Color Uncovered. The second one in this series, which I think is fabulous and free, is called Sound Uncovered. And this one is even more fun because it has sound integrated into this. And it allows you to play with lots of things. For example, it allows you to examine what is the highest notes. So you have this machine that has a scale. Come on. And you can start anywhere. And you're supposed to find the higher note. And you can go, and it seems to be going in the right direction. But it seems to keep on climbing. And then if you look at the explanation, this is even better because the explanations are interactive as well. You can see that you can tap to play, and you get text, and then you can see exactly what happens on the piano and why this is actually like an Escher painting, never ending. Another example which most of the kids that I saw playing with this found really, really interesting is this little one. In eyes versus ears, first.
Fought, 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 fought. Fought, fought,
now close your eyes
fought, fought.
and listen, and you actually see that he is saying, when you just listen, it's fought, but when you get the visual cue, it's thought, and the full explanation comes on here. This is called Sound Uncovered.
Today on iPads in the Classroom, we visited some geometry apps as well as some fun science apps. The geometry apps we saw were GeoBoard, where we used the string on the board to make shapes, and Geometry with Mathematics, which was for kindergarten, first grade, and second grade students.
And in Sound and Color Uncovered, we learned that you can use your iPad as a museum to do some science experiments.
We'll see you next time on iPads in the Classroom.